Boo! Did I scare you? Sorry. You know what really scares me though? When people don't subscribe. No. I'm joking. Unless. With that out of the way, what really scares me is the amount of horror movie IPs with dead video games. Games like Friday the 13th, Evil Dead, Killer Clowns, and Texas Chainsaw. They're all connected to massive movie franchises and released with great reviews and an even greater player base. But what happened? Why are they all struggling to reach even 100 players a month? I have a theory of where all the players went though, and its name rhymes with Fred Live Fortnite. I mean, like, really think about it. All these games besides Evil Dead are based on survivors repairing an exit, all while being chased down by a killer, right? And funny enough, the only thing to really get them the starting fan base is also what I think killed them off. They're restricted. Friday the 13th, for example, it's only gonna have Jason in that damn summer camp. I mean, sure, it could and does branch out to other key areas of the movies, but realistically, they're all the same forest with shacks and cabins to hide in. They could have at least added Jason X or the boat from Manhattan. Dead by Daylight, on the other hand, isn't held down by anything, and the team is using that to their full advantage, striking deals with as many franchises as possible. Even D&D's here, and that's not even horror. So let's look into what makes Dead by Daylight the only surviving horror survival game. I think we all know the general premise of the style of game, right? A group of survivors try to repair generators, a car, or whatever else they need to escape, all while a gruesome killer hunts them all down, right? Pretty simple. But what DBD does better than the rest is its replayability. This goes hand in hand with what I was just going on about, how restricted the other games are. Dead by Daylight started off with all original characters and maps. Some characters were definitely inspired, but overall still original. This is the main reason for how different it is compared to the rest. The lore and story is entirely new and unique, and it's still being changed and created as more and more gets added to the game. DBD is open enough to have snowy maps, western maps, and even Stranger Things maps. You never know what you're going to get, and they all play and feel entirely different. If you're really craving a certain map though, you can use an item required from leveling up to increase the chances of pulling it. The leveling system is super important for replayability here. At the end of each game, the player is rewarded with blood points. The amount depends on how well you performed that game. It can range from like 8k all the way to about 40k. You can also apply modifiers to increase this amount by double, so it's safe to say you're never gonna run out. You can use these blood points to upgrade each character up to level 50 and then prestige them. Each level unlocks new items, modifiers, and even perks, which is something we're gonna get to in a second here. Prestiging a character allows all the other characters to use their perks as well. Each survivor and killer has 3 unique perks to unlock and upgrade. So once they're prestiged, everyone else has them. And that's your main goal, really. Prestige everyone at least once. And then you can play whoever you prefer. For me, it's Jake Park. Perks aren't needed to play the game, and you could play and win without them. It won't be very easy, but definitely possible. The perks can range from repairing generators faster, the option to heal yourself, or you could even just tank an extra hit. Killer perks are a lot more annoying, however. They can disrupt all nearby generators when they down someone, one-hit everybody once the doors are powered, or they can just track you down easier. The perk system alone changes how each game plays and feels, because everyone is always running something different, especially depending on what killer they're playing, or what kind of survivor they want to be. Some survivors just want to be douchebags and make the killer's life horrible, and if you're one of those survivors, I hate you. Oh, hey guys. Kinda caught me at a bad time here, but let's just say, if I don't reach 1k by the end of this year, this could be you down here, so just something to think about. Keep that in mind, so subscribe or else. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre actually has multiple killers as well, 7 to be exact, all of which have their own special ability, but overall, they sort of play the same. Dead by Daylight killers, on the other hand, all play and feel unique. Nurse, for example, plays nothing like Trapper. There's a killer for every type of player here. Annoying ranged killers, killers that stalk you, annoying ranged killers, killers with traps. And did I mention annoying ranged killers yet? Unlike the other games, you don't just find and kill each survivor. DBD has you place them onto a hook. Hook a survivor 3 times, and then they're dead. Or, if you're unlucky and just have shitty teammates, you only need to be hooked once. There's a timer that ticks down, and once it reaches halfway, you're on your second hook. So, keep an eye out for that. Such a simple mechanic is actually the best experience of the entire game. Having the entire squad roll out and potentially throw an easy win just to save someone on hook is always a thrill. Tossing the killer's chase around like hot potato while someone else sneaks in for the on hook is hilarious every time I do it. It may not be as fun for the killer, but at least we're giving them the chance. Like I said earlier, the survivor's main goal is to repair 5 generators and open the doors. It may sound boring and repetitive, but it's all dependent on how you play the game, and of course, what map and killer you get. For the killers, it's most fun when you're playing up against players who are just trying to mess around and have fun also. Because, like any popular game, there are a ton of players who just want to sweat and win and farm clips. It's annoying and cringe, honestly. You're not fun people to be around, and I'm not gonna play against you. Have fun and mess around for once. Thankfully, this isn't a very large pool of players, mainly just the ones with TTV in their name. Depending on what map or killer you get, the way you handle the game is vastly different. Say you get the Halloween map and you're facing Trickster. Well, you probably lost. Or maybe you're on the Shipwrecked map and you're up against Trickster. Yeah, you probably lost again. But maybe you can get lucky for once and get Blight, and he's just bouncing around the map like a pinball. Then, you're just in for a fun, scary game. Sometimes you'll get an awesome fun killer who goes along with everything and will even accept a sacrifice to spare your life. Other times, you just get a killer running the most toxic perks and add-ons possible. All that really matters is how you play the game and handle situations. Which you can do in style, by the way. I've been holding off on talking about this aspect till the very end, and that's of course the licensed characters. I hinted at it earlier, and everyone hopefully already knows of their existence. This simple difference between the other horror games and Dead by Daylight is what keeps Dead by Daylight on top. Honestly, I feel like making a Texas Chainsaw game wasn't a very good idea to begin with. The game itself is fine, actually it's rather good, but Bubba was already in DBD. It was doomed from the start. There was no need for its existence, which kinda sucks because it really does look like a great game. Everything and everyone is already in Dead by Daylight. Besides Jason, but whatever, we're getting there. It actually has a monopoly on the survival horror game market. Even games like Evil Dead, which is an entirely different style of game, died off and lost to DBD. Why play Ash in there when I can place Ash in DBD and run away from Pinhead from Hellraiser? This game has become so big and stayed on top for so long that even Attack on Titan did a collaboration. Granted, they did a collab with Warzone too, so maybe Nicolas Cage is a better example. This game is only growing, and I don't see it dying off anytime soon. The dev team is consistently adding more and new features to keep the fanbase engaged. Five Nights at Freddy's is already confirmed and has thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of players excited. This is the Fortnite of horror games, and it's incredible. Not every game needs to reinvent the wheel to stand out and stay popular. Sometimes you just need to be the best at something. And if you ever find me in a game of DBD, give me a free win. Thank you for watching, and remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed.
I'm currently following Freddy.
Freddy's following me.
I'm on him. I'm on him. I'm on Freddy. I am on Freddy. I am off.
What is happening? This can't be real. He just smacked the wall. Jackson, this can't. He's following you now. What just happened?